Good morning. This is Prabir Datta. Now, today I will narrate one article published in the Times of India, Kolkata edition, October 7, 2018, written by KETAKI DESAI. The name of the article is Why Adults Are Telling Stories on Stage. Nowadays, live storytelling events have become popular, with audiences ready to pay to listen to intimate and personal narratives. I found the article story or the article very interesting, and so I'm publishing it. Here is the story. Preeti Mutha was already struggling with postpartum depression when her father passed away unexpectedly. Her mind was full of thoughts she wanted to share, but she had no one to talk to about. That's when she came across the narrative, a live and personal storytelling show based in Chennai. I don't know if it was fate, but the topic of the show was personal loss, and it felt as if it was meant to be. When I shared my story with a room full of strangers, I felt a release. Storytelling changed me as a person, says Mutha, 31, who has now started her own storytelling show. Now, storytelling is one of the oldest forms of entertainment, but it's found new life in India thanks to a proliferation of live storytelling events and competitive story slams over the last few years. From confessional stories about substance abuse to embarrassing dates, these events give ordinary people the chance to tell their stories in front of with an audience that truly listens. The thing that differentiates storytelling from other forms of live performance, such as stand up comedy, for instance, is that the point is not to make people laugh, but creating a relationship with the audience. Because it is a room full of strangers, there is no judgment or unsolicited advice. What's interesting is even though you don't know these people, but because you share something real, the next time you see them, you are friends, says Mutha. Roshan Abbas, co founder of the popular storytelling show Commune, says it's validation on both sides. For the performer, they feel like what they are saying resonated with people, and the audience feels less alone because they are watching someone say the thing they are too scared to put out there. Commune is structured as a story slam, loosely modeled on The Month, a popular US based live storytelling show. This means that the audience votes on a winner at the end of the night. From Hussein Haidari's frank discussion of the multitudes contained in his identity as a Muslim man in India, to Minimathur's funny anecdote of her number being leaked on the internet while she was a host on Indian Idol. The videos of their sessions amass thousands of views on YouTube. Because it is competitive, we also do workshops to train people in technique and the nuances of performance. A lot of people look at videos of storytelling online and assume they can do it. It's not as simple as that, says Abbas. Tall Tales, India's longest running live storytelling event series, came into existence 6 years ago after a founder, Michael Burns, began devouring videos of true stories online. I believe that real life is so much funnier, crazier, and full of impossibility than anything anyone could make up. We focus on working with regular everybody, people from all ages and walks of life. We don't like to feature celebrities or even semi celebrities, says Michael Burns. One of these regular people is Nasir Engineer, a 28-year-old improvisational theatre artist. He has performed at Tall Tales 7 or 8 times in Bengaluru and Mumbai. And the first story that he performed in 2012 was simply about losing one glove from a pair while trekking. The thing I love about storytelling is how differently it's made me look at my memories. It makes me remember all of these small details that I would have otherwise just forgotten. He says, for Indu Dibya, founder of the narrative, the value of personal stories is that we all have them. She says, organizing these events has made me realize the power of sharing our internal narrative, our hopes, fears, and dreams. We open the floor up to the questions after our show so people can ask the storytellers anything they would like. Storytelling is certainly expanding in India, engineer says. There are shows and workshops every other week in Bengaluru, and Mutha sees new faces at every show she does. People are also paying to watch people tell their stories. While some shows do have free admission, both Tall Tales and Commune have ticketed shows. Some, however, are skeptical of the boom. Burns says there is a ton of misunderstanding about what a story is and what makes a good live performance of a story. It certainly is improving, but storytelling is actually an art form that needs to be understood and practiced. However, experimenting and failure is the best teacher, so it really excites us that people are trying. Abbas is not too surprised by the flood of content. This generation is used to turning the camera on itself and just talking because the Snapchat and Instagram stories. But social media is the presentation of the best moments of your life. I think storytelling is becoming popular because it's a presentation of your life as it really is. From opening up about sexual abuse by teacher to discussing the sleazy habits of Bollywood producers, performers are fostering the kind of intimacy and vulnerability on stage that is usually reserved for our closest friends. Now, this is the end of the article. Now, I have something to say on it. Well, it's a kind of theatrical performance or acting, you need to act to tell a story live, in the live performance. But one app has come up in last 1.5 year. The name is Just Story, Justori. It's Just Story, an app for Android and iOS both, and people may get it in Google Play Store free. Its memory is about 1920 MB, which is not very high. So they can also try, because storytelling there, you can record your voice, it will remain for you yourself at your leisure time. You can record your voice, and I have in practice, I have recorded a number of my publications in Just Story, and it's a good one. I don't have anything against this live storytelling. Of course, live storytelling is something, but people have to be very passionate, and he or she has to have some proficiency in live acting performance. But only in voice. Okay, you will miss the audience. I miss the audience, but I get a much larger audience because my story goes to the extreme end of the world. It's in the web, it's in the cloud. So you maintain your live storytelling. I have nothing to say against. But I would also request people to give a try to Just Story so that they can have a taste of it and they can hear their own voice. They don't have to engage somebody to record it. They themselves can record it in their bedroom, in their bathroom, in their leisure time. They don't have to have a hall booked for all this. And it reaches the extreme corner of the world. So, thank you, friends. Prabir Datta.